Wow, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unicorn Battle Asia Pacific. My name is Lena Evtushenko. I am head of Unicorn Battle Asia. Also, let me introduce my colleague, Anna Fedorova, CEO of Unicorn.Events. Anna, the stage is yours.
Hi, Lena. Thank you very much. And I'm so glad to be here in this hottest spot of our planet right now. It's already spring in Australia, which is good because in Northern Hemisphere, it's fall. So we will do fall and spring battle at one time. Welcome to Unicorn events that are everywhere simultaneously because we're virtual and online. And we are here today to select the best startup there is at the APAC region who will present the region at the Unicorn Cup finals. So beware, today we will select who is the best through all the regions. Our events are happening all over the world thanks to our sponsors. Network VC, our platinum sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, our golden sponsor, and Startup Inc., our silver sponsor. Check them out. They're great guys. They're helping not only us, but all startups all over the world. And mark the date in your calendar, November 10th. All day long event for all time zones. We will start at 9 a.m. London time and end somewhere in midnight London time. And it will be grand finale. The winners of unicorn battles from all over the world will pitch live to top investors. So mark the date in your calendar. Only the best startups will be there. This event you cannot miss because the best investors will be there as well. Unicorn events, of course you know, but let me remind you that we have been here since 2009. We are doing our great events all over the world for 12 years already, have done enormous number of them all over the world and 5 continents. We should change it because it's already 6 continents. This fall we will be having Unicorn Pitches Antarctica, which make us really global company. And we are doing really good job finding best investors there are for our incredible startups because the winners and the participants of unicorn battles all over the world are fundraising really good. We are not standing in the middle, so join our events. They're free for everyone. Our VC community keeps constantly growing. Our angel network is really huge one, and we invite everyone. But besides our investors and startups, we also welcome partners because we are doing unicorn pitches. These are events for local ecosystems, for local startups where local investors find best deals and also international investors. So if you want to do business with us, please reach out to me directly or reach out to our wonderful event managers, and we will talk about it some more because we are doing our unicorn pitches in many countries of the world, but looking forward to doing business with you as well. And please mind if you're leading an ecosystem where lots of startups presented or lots of investors, and also not to miss any unicorns. Sign up to our YouTube channel. The best startups are there. Best life hacks from successful founders are also there. You can find interviews with top investors, how to reach out to them, what are they looking for. So sign up not to miss any unicorns. And also welcome our ecosystem. It's called Startup Network because Startup Network is the heart of our ecosystem and the marketplace for startups, businesses, investors, and service providers. Startup Inc. is an investor onboarding and management platform to get an access to exclusive deals with experienced VCs with only 1K entry. Unicorn Events, of course you know it, is the largest global pitch competition for startups that have a potential to become unicorns. VC House is a closed online community and network created exclusively for the VCs where they can exchange deals they participate in as a lead investor. Network Investments is a meeting point for investment banks, startups, and brokers. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is a special structure that allows business angels to invest into the best startups with the small checks through syndicate deals, and Network VC, our seed fund and main center of our venture activities. That was all from my side. Let me present you our wonderful hostess for today, Lena and Kate, girls.
Thank you, Anna. I'm glad to hold on the fall edition of Unicorn Cup with our Asia Pacific battle. Hope it will surprise you with the real great innovative ideas and real tractions. For sure, as in any big business, we could not handle it without the help of our friends, who are our partners of today's battle. So please meet Brink and China Accelerators, Startup Grind Fukuoka from Japan, and also our business partner online marketplace for freelance services named as Fiverr. And of course, 100 Open Startups, the greatest community partner from India. By the way, this guys gives our winners an opportunity to participate in the Open Innovation Week, where corporations meet startups and their innovations, not only from India, but all over the world. So don't switch till the end, especially now when we will present our official judges.
Sure, Kate. Thank you so much. Yes, really, it's time to introduce our special category of judges. It's official judges. And Anna, could you help us with it?
Yes, surely. It's my pleasure. We have, besides expert board and our usual judges, we have official judges who present not only their venture fund or accelerator, they present also an ecosystem or a country. And they will be talking what startup they're looking for, what is their check size, and what industry is their sweet spot. And let me start with the same founder of the Global Ecosystem Startup Network, who is looking for startups all over the world, Alexander Soroka. Welcome, Alexander. Am I right? You're looking for startups all over the world?
Hello and hello everybody. Yes, absolutely. We are geographically agnostic, so we invest in startup in US, we invest in Latin America, we invest in Asia. So our checks are usually from 100K to 1 million US dollars, and we are looking for late seed round base stages usually, but sometimes we do some exclusions. And of course, welcome to our Unicorn battle today. I'm so happy to see so many familiar faces, and I see new faces, mostly from the startup side. But of course, I'll be glad to see everybody here today. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you, Alexander, for such a great mood. And we are welcoming our official judge from China, Oscar Ramos. He's partner and managing director at China Accelerator. Hello, Oscar. Great to see you.
Hello, Anna and team. Great being here today and be part of this official judging panel for this very exciting Asia Pacific unicorn battle. So China Accelerator is part of a global venture fund called SSV, where I'm also partner. And although I'm based in Shanghai, China, and of course we're investing in Chinese companies, we're actually looking at companies everywhere in the world with a bigger footprint in Asia Pacific, where we have a lot of portfolio companies and actually a lot of portfolio companies that we have in other parts of the world. They might actually have an angle in terms of Southeast Asia. So personally, I'm part of the SSV ecosystem. Although we're investing across every single type of technology, I focus on the software ecosystem, both in consumer and enterprise companies. And we look for companies that are in the early stages of product market fit, where they already have some traction with paying users, with usage of the solution. And we're a multi-stage venture capital fund. We start investing in pre-C, pre-A, and seed stage, and then we double down in portfolio companies in later stages. When we invest, we bring in capital, but probably the most valuable thing that we bring is our ecosystem that helps our companies to acquire users without having to spend any cap of capital in customer acquisition. And in the case of on enterprise companies, we leverage our network of over 200 multinationals and channels to be able to reach SMEs to help the companies grow faster. And looking forward to see what you have prepared for us today.
Me too. Hope you will find great deals today. Welcome.
Hopefully.
And please meet official judge from Singapore, Sergey Filippo. He is managing partner at investments at Morphosis Capital Partners. Hi, Sergey.
Hi, Anna. Hi. Again, glad to be here. I think it's like probably the third time that I'm representing Singapore as official judge. So we are a venture capital company that have a footprint in Asia Pacific, in Singapore, Thailand, and Hong Kong. So basically, I think I could also represent Thailand as well, because it's never been represented before, I think. So, well, we focus on digital ventures only. As for the Morphosis Capital Partners itself, with the usual check size up to 500K, sometimes 1 mil. But I personally work closely with a couple big family offices in Asia Pacific, so that opens up opportunities to invest from Series A and go on higher with the check sizes from 2 mil and up high, up to probably 10 mil. So we also very much welcome the companies that innovate, that are at the very early stage, sometimes when they don't even have the MVP, and so we can help them wrap up the idea and go through all the necessary stage of investments. So again, thanks to everyone, and I wish the startups good luck, because I think I've seen many of them at the previous battles. Well, I hope the strongest startup will win. Thank you.
Wonderful, welcome. And please meet a great friend of Unicorn Battles, a person that brings wonderful mood to our events. He's representing Japan today, our crazy John Kohiro Moriwaka. He's director of startup Grind Fukuoka, founder and CEO of Silicon Valley Ventures. Hi, John.
Hi, Anna, everyone. Buenos días, ¿cómo está usted? Muy bien, gracias. So good to see everybody. Hope all your families, friends staying safe and happy, and also crazy. My name is Crazy John from Japan, Kojiro Moriwaka. Kojiro means happy second son in Japanese. Moriwaka means young first. John means crazy. I'm representing Japan, and we love to welcome all of you to Japan. Especially we are investing in deep tech and medtech startups. Advise a few VCs, and also closely working with CVCs in Japan. And yeah, so best luck all of you. And I'm also official columnist of Forbes Japan. So love to interview if you have any great innovative technologies and great teams. So best luck to all startups. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Great to see you with us. And please meet official judge representing Australia, Jake Booker. He's principal at Investable. Hello, Jake.
Hello, Anna. Hello, everybody. Pleasure to connect and great to be here. So I'm the principal at Investable. As Anna said, we're a global early stage agnostic venture funds business. While I'm representing Australia, we do have offices in Singapore as well. Our USP is we run a hybrid fund club model. We write checks of between 250 and 750,000 Sing in the first instance and follow on with demonstrably larger checks in rounds subsequent. And our mandate is broad and agnostic in nature. We do focus on the Asia Pacific region. For the right founders and the right team, we're happy to deploy globally. Anything that is technology driven has an opportunity to own its niche and is, of course, led by strong founders that we can partner with conviction is within our wheelhouse. I'm currently deploying our second fund, have invested across 9 countries and 39 very strong founders and what were once early stage ventures. And again, it's a pleasure to be here and looking forward to seeing all of you present.
Great to have you with us, Jake. Welcome. And also we have an official judge representing Taiwan, Volker Heisterman. He's VP of Innovation Urban Mobility at Mosaic Venture Lab, but he's right now at the simultaneous meeting, so he cannot talk, but he's with us today. We will talk to him later after the pitches. So welcome, official judges. But Lena, we have an expert board, right? Please present
Anna,
our judges.
Yeah, sure. So before we will start our pitch competition, so please greet our honored judges who volunteered their valuable time to our event today. So dear judges, please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out industry, check size, state, and geographical location of startups you invest in. So to introduce yourself and your fund, please press raise hand, and let's start. Okay, who would like to be the first one? Gary, the stage is yours.
Yeah, great to be here again. Good to see some familiar faces. My name is Gary Fowler. I am a serial entrepreneur and investor. I've done 17 startups. I've been involved in 2 unicorns. Love to write. I've written 164 articles on AI, quantum, and cybersecurity over the last 18 months. I am the co-founder, president and CEO of GSD Get Shit Done Venture Studios. We are a premier AI and quantum venture studio that's located in 38 countries around the world. Love being here in the Unicorn Battle. Incredible companies. It's every time it gets better and better and highly investable. So we have 2 pieces, our accelerator and GSD Venture Studios, which is an operational venture studio. So great to be here today.
Thank you, Gary. Welcome. And now ladies first, Hilary Brainerd. The stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hilary Brainerd from Blue Chili, and we're a venture studio that aims to solve society's greatest challenges with tech. We've built and scaled more than 150 startups, helped our founders raise more than 160 million in capital, and created more than 1,000 jobs. We have 2 active startup accelerators at the moment. One is She Starts, and it's all about helping women build tech businesses, and also Future Minds, which is an ed tech program. Good luck to everyone today. I'm super excited to see your ideas.
Thank you. Welcome. Great to have you with us today. So, Mr. Miguel.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Elena. Very nice to be here again. I think it's my 6th time already in the Unicorn Battle. So I'm currently in Manila, Philippines. I'm managing ICCP SBI Ventures. So this is a joint fund between the oldest operating venture firm in the Philippines, ICCP, and the SBI group out of Japan, which is one of the largest fund of funds globally. We're currently investing from seed to Series B between 500,000 up to $5 million tickets. So very excited to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. So Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Abraham. I am the managing director of Hexa Global Ventures for India and Southeast Asia. I also run my own company called HR to Tech. And, we focus on, B2B SaaS companies, which can be landed and expanded into the US market. Currently, I'm working with about 15 B2B SaaS companies. And I'm also pleased to announce that we recently signed up one of the previous regional winners of Unicorn Battles by the name of Almond Solutions. So Almond Solutions has signed up with us, and we are launching them in the US market very soon. So we look forward to seeing some good tech companies. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, and welcome. So Mr. Adelaar.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back again. I'm Eddie from Vantage Venture Singapore. We partner with pre-seed founders in B2B and SaaS in Asia. So we have private and permanent capital from Asia. Our typical size is from 100K to 200K. We love to back founders with a chip on the shoulder. Please feel free to connect with me. Thank you and all the best to the founders today.
Thank you and welcome. So Mr. Ahmed Berker.
Hello, thank you, Elena. Let me salute all my colleagues all over the world and also the representatives of startups. I am the founder and the managing director of Lima Ventures. We are based in Istanbul and Amsterdam, so we are especially focusing on Europe. However, we are also eager to meet successful startups all over the world. Our main focus is the technology-driven companies who are born international and scalable. Thank you very much.
Thank you and welcome. So, Mr. Nurul.
Thanks, Elena. Hi, everyone. I'm Nurul. Hi. I work for SEED. It's a Washington, D.C. based global impact investment company. We're investing in more than, I think, 30 countries already. And we are focusing on climate resilience, then food security and inclusion impact themes across the regions. So my best wishes to all the participants for today, and we'll be happy to connect. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nurul. So guys, anybody else? Yes, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. My name is Roman. I'm with Elysium Venture Capital. We are an early stage venture firm based in Silicon Valley. And yeah, we invest in startups, seed, Series A rounds, typically ranging from 100K to, I don't know, $500,000, around that. And I also invest personally as an angel, building my own portfolio. So yeah, wishing all the good luck to participants, and yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So one more beautiful lady with us, Paulina. The stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. It's very nice to meet you again. Many faces that I already know from the previous battles. Happy to be here. I'm representing Expara. We are a venture capital fund from Singapore with the team across the region in Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand and Vietnam, where we are very active. We are not only venture capital fund, but also accelerator, incubator. So if you are interested in our programs or investment, just follow our website or contact me directly, and I'm happy to follow up with all the startups. Good luck today, and yeah, looking forward to your pitches.
Thank you. Great to have you with us today. So anybody else, guys? Okay, so thank you so much for your introductions. And as usual, before we will start the hottest part of our today's event, so let me explain you how we will vote today. So dear judges, to start voting, you have just to click link you have got on mail, and you will be redirected to the event page. And after, you have to scroll the page to startup sections, and you will see the logos and marks beneath. So you have to put marks depending on investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark and 1 is the lowest. So pay attention that you have just put marks without any confirmation buttons, and you could change marks before the voting will be closed. If you will need some help from us, so please let us know in chat. Our support team can advise you. Thank you so much, and that's all from my side right now. Kate?
Yeah, I just add a few words about our rules. Now each founder will have 3 minutes for pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A. We advise not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting all over the world and some countries may have restrictions in this regard. Instead, you can use private or public chats here on Zoom or somewhere else. So let's not waste time. Please meet our first startup for today, named Wisible from Thailand, who was lucky to open today's speech session. Hi, guys. Please introduce yourself. Check maybe you are muted because we don't hear you.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, now it's okay.
All right, so may I start now?
Yeah, good luck.
All right. So Wisible is a customer lifecycle intelligence platform. The problem we try to solve is that it's a leaky revenue funnel. And the risk of losing customer in which the organization, usually the lack of a direct relationship and the engagement consistency with the end customer. So Wisible, we offer the convergent solution that track all the customer interaction in every channel throughout the entire customer life cycle. So let's use the 7-year life cycle of a car industry as an example. So in the first stage, or the lead generation stage, we will track the behavioral data to start the engagement plan to the potential car buyers. Then the next stage is the sales stage. So Wisible will auto capture all the leads that come in through a multiple sales channel and before hand over to the sales team. And we also track all the customer engagement during the sales process. And even after the purchase, our system will nurture the customer all the way to the end of the 7-year life cycle to increase the repurchase rate. Traction, we have over 300,000 revenue from the 5 paying user from 50 paying organizations. The market size is large and growing. So $1 million alone in Thailand, all the way to 2 billion in the APAC regions. We have the solution that cover multiple industries, and we have the customer across the business segments. We're proud to say that Wisible helped the local government by serving as the COVID-19 case management for the DDC, and we handle over 1,000 cases for Thailand. So Wisible will auto capture all the leads that come in from multiple sales channels. And then we will visualize the revenue pipeline, the sales pipeline, in which the organization can zoom in to see the customer holistic view, to understand the customer behavior. We also visualize the interaction as well as the customer emotion throughout the entire journey. So basically, our system will consolidate all the data from multiple sources. And then we ingest such data to come up with the actionable insights that will trigger the action that will improve more sales, as well as we make sure our system will ensure that the customer will always happy, and we will track all the customer satisfaction in every engagement. Our price is simple, so we charge seat-based subscription plus the customization fee.
Thank you very much. Time is over.
All right.
Unfortunately, dear judges.
And now it's time for Q&A session. Mr. Alexander, yes, please.
So, what is your MRR today, and what is your growth rate currently? I mean, month by month.
Yeah. Before COVID years, we doubled our revenue every year. But for this year, comparing to last year, we grow up, I would say 30% in revenue. And we have the profitable EBITDA.
Thank you.
What about today?
This year run rate revenue, I think we will end up at around 350,000 USD annual revenue.
Are you growing?
30%.
Month per month?
No. Year to year.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Hillary?
Hi, I'm just wondering, how is it different to Salesforce?
Salesforce? Okay, when we usually we compete with Salesforce, Adobe, and Microsoft. And the way we how different is that Salesforce we focus on CRM. So we offer both. They offer both like Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud. And the way we try to compete with them is that we try to offer the integrated solution. So not only CRM. So we offer CRM and the that integrated with the customer engagement channel like chat, email, voice call, as well as the creative side as well. So we partnering with our digital agency. So we offer both, creative and science solution in order to differentiate ourselves from the competitor like Salesforce.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Thomas, your question, please.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, thanks so much for the presentation. So, so I have worked several years in the CRM industry myself, led companies like Sage in this. Now, this is a very crowded space currently. And I'm assuming that you have plans to expand globally. What are your, what's the kind of innovation you're looking at for that global expansion? Because there are companies apart from Salesforce, Microsoft, there are HubSpot and hundreds of CRM and sales engagement solutions around the world. So it'll be nice to hear your thoughts on your global expansion strategy and any specific innovation you have in mind.
Yeah, I think regarding the differentiation, we will same answer to the previous question. We try to offer the integrated solution to differentiate ourselves from the local competitor. But regarding the international expansion, we try to focus on the our turf. So right now we already have some customer in Japan and Myanmar, and we focus in the nearby country in this region like Indonesia and Vietnam for at least for next year. And yeah, that is our strategy.
Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you for your questions. Let's continue, Kate.
Yeah, next one is startup Upflowy from Australia.
Hi, can you see my screen?
Yes, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Guillaume Eng, and I'm very excited to introduce Upflowy, the no-code engine to build and optimize your user flows to you today. The pain we're solving for is a huge drop happening from any call to action on a website to the creation of a lead or a user. This drop is an industry average of 60%, turning into 25% of waste of the company average total spend for any company spending around 40% on marketing. And we looked at the best companies of the world and the way they were solving for that. And they were not using single page forms, they were using experiential journeys that are personalized in their content and outcome to each persona and optimized for constant iteration. While the rest of the companies are reliant on single page form coming from the CMS, email for engagements, and if they want to do anything better, are limited by their engineering resources. Introducing Upflowy, a way to build and A/B test personalized user flow that is not only a beautiful form builder and flow builder, but also a full analytical solution and a way to optimize by the click of a button. The initial solution we've launched recently is already doing better than the competition in many different ways. We create shorter funnels by including the right outcome to the right persona right inside the flow. We let people match their brandings in a matter of minutes, create more leads by capturing data at every single step, and more engagement through storytelling. Launching and iterating takes about 20 times less time and less resources than the current average solution. We are not only focused on delivering sign-up for web experience, while that is our beachhead market. We're already seeing people taking us to beyond this part of the journey into retention flow, referral flow, and growth flow, and we aim at becoming the one-step platform to create any user management experiences and to open that as a marketplace. The way that positions us in the market is that we are doing better and faster than the existing stack that is sitting on existing engineering solution, and we're bringing data right into the no-code business. This strategy helped us last month create a successful product and campaign. And from initial expectation of creating about 100 of leads to creating 500 new accounts, we became product of the day and then product of the week. And 500 of these accounts becoming active users and 50 of them becoming paying users in the span of 48 hours. We are currently raising a seed round, and we invite everyone to test our platform right now and start optimizing for conversion. Thank you so much.
Thank you for great pitch. Let's start Q&A session, guys. Yes, please. Any questions? Thomas? Hello, Thomas?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit about the traction you have and what kind of revenue flow and what are the markets that you're targeting?
So look, we are definitely global from day one. 70% of our customers are in the US right now, but we're also very early stage. We were a year in the making. We understood that this technology is mission critical to any of our customers. We built a waitlist of 300 users, converted 25 of them while we were in quiet mode. And just a month ago, we opened our door, and our traction today is 20% week on week, doing no extra marketing and extra PR. Our flow all contain a viral factor because they expose our brand for the free version. And we've already had like 10,000 eyeballs on our flows because our initial customers launched them to their own audience. So a lot of variety, and we just seeing the results of a year of work right now.
And what's the average ticket size of a deal?
So the entry price is $49 per month, competing with things like Typeform. But we already have sign up corporate users and enterprise users around the $450 per month. Why? Because we get integrated into so many steps of their life cycle for their users that it becomes irreplaceable and saving countless engineering resources.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sergey.
Yeah. Well, the A/B testing sounds like an important problem to solve. I assume some of your team have probably like design background or something like that.
Yes.
But the problem that you're trying to solve, actually, the A/B testing sign-up flows sounds like too narrow. That's my concern. I mean, that sounds to me like too narrow. I mean, it could bring money, of course, and it could be a profitable business, but I don't understand how it could be like a $100 million business in terms of valuation, at least, because it solves such a narrow problem that it can either be incorporated by resolved by other bigger company, or other company might come for M&A for your startup, but it won't be valued quite high.
Thank you for your question. So first of all, the beauty of marketing tech is that you could see valuation of like $4 billion for things like WalkMe that is just focusing on the onboarding. The power of Upflowy is that it's definitely not limited to sign-up flows, because we can target any user flow throughout the lifetime, like the life cycle of the customer journey. You can look at Intercom generating thousands of dollars per customer per month just because they're able to integrate. We're not only an optimization platform, we're also a builder. We have the capacity to replace the whole admin interface of the user management for any SaaS application, and we're able to generate countless dollars, basically bring 30%, 40% more leads to any businesses that integrate with us. So while we are a subscription-based business right now, we definitely are heading towards a value-based pricing model. And the actual value of this industry is any digital business is generating leads online that is suffering from like a 60% drop rate at this moment. So yeah, the industry right now is not an issue to our investors. And I'm an investor myself, and all the companies in my portfolio are suffering from the same issue. So we feel very comfortable with the size of market at this stage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oscar?
Can you elaborate more on the impact that you're seeing in your initial customers? In terms of you talked a bit about conversion, but can you give a bit more details on that?
So like from the get-go, there is two things that create a big uptake for our customers. The first one is that instead of having a 10 field form in a single page, you break it down into different steps, and we capture that at every single step, which means that the first step to get a customer to your CRM, is much simpler, less more friction, and then that's like 10 to 15% uptake already. The second thing is that we integrate, the outcomes such as booking a meeting right into the flow, which means that you don't have to wait for an email to come back to your mailbox and do re-engagement and RIP campaign, which also adds 5 to 10% of conversion from the get-go. So we're looking at a good uptake by installing the tool on our platform by like at least 5 to 20%, and then you keep iterating through optimization, and you also obviously save on the amount of engineering that you won't have to invest on that.
Thank you. Time is
Are those numbers based on the actuals from your current customers? Are you like showing this information to your customers?
Like our interface include a very advanced analytical interface that basically shows a drop per step, and therefore show the uptake and conversion to our customers, and therefore they can also tell them which step needs iteration and work, so that they can keep reducing the journey through the funnel.
Is there any, sorry, your last question, is there any customer using, do you have any customer using this for any flow after sign up?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have customers who are using that. Okay,
yeah.
Good. Thank you.
And maybe the retention flow is a very nice use case. It takes a company 2 to 3 years to get there and implement a retention flow. We want them to be doing that in 1 click from the get-go.
Thank you. Let's ask the rest of questions on chat.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Next one is STAYFOLIO from the Republic of Korea. Anna, are you ready? Please share your screen and tell us something because we don't hear you. I see that you are with us. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
What's your name? Because we were waiting for Anna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mansur, head of global expansion team at STAYFOLIO. So I will be presenting and taking part of this event together with Anna next to me.
Okay, nice to meet you. You can start.
Nice to meet you. 1 second. We start our presentation
now.
1 second.
Sure. Dear judges, do not forget to vote.
So we're,
yeah.
1 second. So I'm going to start, share my screen first in a minute. My voice is clear, right?
Yeah.
Great. 1 second.
Yeah, full screen and let's start, please.
1 second.
You have a great landscape on your background, so I hope everything will be fine.
Oh, 1 second, there is little. One second. We have little technical issue here.
It's okay.
Maybe the problem because Anna absent, because yesterday she was with us and everything was super good and ready.
Do you?
Yeah, we see your emotions.
Okay. So,
do not
I'm starting.
So
I'm starting.
It's okay, let's start.
Yeah. Hello. What you are seeing here now is one of our many STAYFOLIO original case stays, NOAA. If you want to experience this stay, you can exclusively reserve it on our STAYFOLIO curation booking platform. One thing to note though, that we launched it 2 years ago and it has been fully booked until today with an average reservation rate of 97%. Hello everyone, I'm Mansur and head of global expansion team at STAYFOLIO. When traveling, which one do you use, hotels or Airbnb? Hotels showcase luxury well, but not the local experience. On the other hand, the quality and safety of an Airbnb is not guaranteed all the time. With all this in mind, we created a new alternative solution, STAYFOLIO. The concept of STAYFOLIO is stay plus portfolio. It is a global curation platform and offers private spaces with gorgeous designs and stories combined with smart hospitality and modern tech solutions. Then why STAYFOLIO instead of using an Airbnb or booking hotels? Firstly, by staying at STAYFOLIO curated stays, you can enjoy a variety of unique and exclusive experiences. On top of that, STAYFOLIO consistently ensures the quality, service, and authentic experiences. The global smart hospitality industry is worth about $18.7 billion, and the millennial generation are the biggest influencers in the market. We're targeting the millennials who are seeking unique experiences and are familiar with digital and social media environments. Our core strength is our own original series, which are called only STAYFOLIO original case stays. In the same way that Netflix creates original series, we create our own original fine stays with full chain infrastructure and creative tech solutions. Regarding our business model, we have management model and a commercial model. We share 40% of the total profit of the management model and then 10% from our commission model. There are competitors of STAYFOLIO. Having the STAYFOLIO concept proven in Korea, we're expanding to the global market with our soon-to-be opened offices in Singapore and Japan. The graph presents our traction over the past years. It's important to note that regardless of the unpredictable market trend in travel industry during the pandemic, we were able to triple our transactions, taking advantage of the local travel surge. We have estimated that if everyone is vaccinated within the span of 2 years, with a growing demand of travel, we will have $4.5 billion opportunity. We already had $5.5 million funding in total. Our founder, Benny, is an architect. He started the company by fixing his parents' very own house, breaking away from the logic of price-driven competition. He wanted to sell his parents' house in the platform, just like STAYFOLIO. He worked hard 5 years to make this opportunity happen. STAYFOLIO is here creating value beyond staying. Thank you so much. Feel free to reach out to us.
And for a great page. And Alexander, your question, please.
Yes, can you please show us the slide with your traction?
1 second, sir. Well, do you see my screen? Sure.
Oh, you can just tell us probably. So, as I saw on the slide, you have 2 million in revenue or in GMV or something like that. Can you just elaborate on that?
Sure. So currently we have monthly 2 million transactions, $2 million transactions on our platform that people are booking with total amounts. And how we make revenue from this is, as I said, we have management model with 40% share, and then we have commission model with 10% share.
So what is your monthly revenue today approximately?
Our monthly revenue is based, as we have two business models, our monthly revenue actually fluctuates. So there's no clear number about it, but it's calculated based on which model our people are booking. But
it is several hundred K. Is it right?
It's about 160K, 170K.
Okay, thank you very much.
Monthly.
And can you tell us who was leading in Series A?
So currently we got Series A funding from the local Korean VCs, and then next year with a growing travel demand, we're projecting to get Series B funding from global VCs.
Okay, but
currently, yeah.
Who's leading the round A, or it was just business angels who invested in this type of money? This
it was Korean local VCs.
Okay.
The answer, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Jay here. Yes, please. Your question.
Yes. Hi. I would like to learn more about your global expansion strategy. Which countries do you target, and is it more weight on the management model or commission model? And then please explain how management model is also scalable, because it seems like you probably need to spend more resources on developing the management model.
Sure. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for the question. So currently we're getting more revenue from our management model in Korea. We have exclusive stays, we have exclusive contracts with the hosts. So, but when it comes to the global expansion, first thing that I would like to mention is we're focusing on Southeast Asia, starting from high-end market, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. And then currently we're talking with partners on a commerce model based on the commission, and then soon the vaccination is going to be over 70%, and then we're gonna work on the management model as well.
Hello.
I hope I answered the question.
Okay, if nobody has questions more, let's move. Oh, Sergey, Mr. Filipov.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I have a quite quick question. I'm trying to struggle to understand how it's different from the traditional hotel. I mean, what I see is a very, luxurious, nice looking hotel, which is like individual experience. There are plenty of such experience as well in Thailand and Indonesia. Yeah, it's really great looking, but how it is different from, private hotel or like private islands that you have in Maldives?
So our main difference from the Airbnbs or other different hotels is that, first of all, we have criteria based on quality, local experiences, quality of stay, sanitation, and then this kind of things. And then we exclusively manage the stay. We ensure the quality. That's how we differentiate. And then we have the management model that we take over the place. We do the architectural design, we do marketing operations, and a full value chain that we can provide to them.
Yeah, but how it is different from the private hotel? I mean, they also manage the space. They have their high criteria for, building the space. I do understand about Airbnb, but what about private hotels? Like, that when you have the whole building for just one family or something like that.
Yeah. So our concept is not a hotel, but a private stay. So, for example, if you could see my screen, these stays are all private stays where the guests can stay by themselves. The whole place will be their second home. And then we have the motto that at STAYFOLIO stays, the staying itself becomes a travel. So when they are staying at our places, it's going to be private stay mostly. And then inside the stay, there's a lot of experiences that they can enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Next one is Myriad.Social from Indonesia.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to share my screen right now. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Let's start.
All right. One question before I start. If I switch tab, you can see the change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to start now then. So hi, my name is Jean-Daniel Gauthier, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Myriad. Let me tell you everything about it. We're building a decentralized federated platform for social data. We're starting with Myriad.Social, a social site where you can own your content, control its monetization, and where users can send tips in crypto stablecoins to each other, but also send tips to content that's outside of Myriad. Here is our awesome team. There's me here, and here Gilang Bagaskara, blockchain industry leader in Indonesia for several years. Barton Johnson, who developed a blockchain with a custom consensus from scratch, and also 20 diligent developers and plenty of qualified advisors and partners. So what's the problem we're trying to solve? Social media are called social, but they are owned by only a handful of corporations. They are used by 3 billion people, but those people cannot decide much about who really controls their data, how they can advertise, and how they can monetize their content. Users are basically at the mercy of content discovery algorithms and obscure monetization policies. We want to change that. And this is what Myriad.Social is proposing. You can actually own and monetize your profile and content by turning it into NFTs, which are blockchain certified certificates of ownership. The content you see is curated by users instead of being delegated to algorithms. And of course, you can tip on Myriad and off Myriad with stablecoins. But let me show you how it works. So here, for instance, I am on my timeline and I'm going to send a tip to this post here in stablecoin. So I have AUSD. I'm going to send one and well, insufficient balance. I haven't topped up, but you can send tips as quickly as this. And I can actually, go to Twitter, for instance, and copy the address of a Twitter post. Go back here, import the post. Oops. So I've imported the post and I can send tip to this imported post. And later, if the user Myriad.Social comes to the Myriad platform, claims their Twitter timeline, they can collect the tip they got before joining. So let's go back here. Myriad is more than a social media site. We're building a platform that includes a metaverse, which is in private alpha, and a decentralized chat app we've just started developing. That platform, we want to give it back to its users so they can control it via a decentralized autonomous organization as long as they hold Myriad tokens. We will also open it to any developer, so anyone who can host a federated server can run Myriad, customize or vanilla. Why now? First, users and creators are already aware of the problem and looking for solutions. Then the current decentralized tech community is worth tens of billions of dollars in monthly trading volume. And technology-wise, decentralized technologies are just mature enough to start strong and stay strong. Lastly, I told you about—
Daniel, time
Yes?
to speech is over. Let's the Q&A. Jake,
Thank you.
Raised.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I'm eager to get your thoughts on, it appears that the tipping component is going to be the initial acquisition strategy to bring volume into the platform. And if that's the case, eager to hear your thoughts on Twitter that actually have stated that they'll be enabling Bitcoin tipping and other tipping factors into their broader social ecosystem and how that will impact or benefit yourselves.
Okay, I like this question. So first off, the fact that Twitter is integrating and maybe soon other platforms, cryptocurrency as tipping is great for the ecosystem. It brings awareness to the general public and it's going to bring education to the general public as well. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are going to be used first by Twitter, the problem is that they're not very liquid and the fees vary a lot for when you want to tip. Also, the value varies a lot. So we are focusing on non-Ethereum stablecoins in the beginning. So when you're tipped one stablecoin, you know that you're tipped $1. You don't have to count. And usually these non-Ethereum stablecoins are based on very quick networks where you don't have to wait half an hour to know if you've received something. And where the volatility is actually not as way lower than in Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other feedback to Jean Daniel?
Yeah, that was a very interesting, great pitch. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you very much.
And what's your growth and exit strategy?
So the growth right now, we actually, if you want to talk in VC terms, we are pre-Series A. We are in a crypto round. We are in the strategic round at this point. We've raised quite an amount, I can tell you in private. For the exit strategy, actually, we're going to get a fee that's decided by the DAO of the network, which is decided later by the users. So this is how we're going to make our revenue. But we will give back the network to its users. This is actually our general idea. So if you hold Myriad tokens that you can get now through investment, you're going to be able to steer the platform and to steer some variables in the platform's functioning. And generally all users will be able to hold those tokens, thus ensuring a good network effect and a good user participation.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Time is over. It was our winner of the Unicorn Pitch Indonesia. Am I right, Jean-Denis?
You're right. You're right.
And so great pitch.
Great.
Terima kasih.
And next one is Abuzz Wellness Sdn Bhd. To be honest, I don't know what this
Yeah,
letters
thank you very
mean.
much.
What's the right pronunciation of your start?
It's Abuzz. It's abundant, so it's called Abuzz. It's like the bee buzzing with activity, and our company logo is a honeybee, which collects nectar and gives the best to the people.
Super, super. So you can start.
Thank you to all the judges, and our motto is "May all be well" from Abuzz Wellness. That's me, Dr. Pramod, and my co-founder Wendy, who's an engineer and a QA personnel, and our multi-ethnic team. The purpose is to be giving healthcare technology solution right from the cradle all the way to the coffin, and the vision is to be the leader in the RCEP countries having common business fun. So we have three stories. The first story is, if death happens, there's been cutting traditional autopsy happening so long, 70 million deaths projected, and our ViTiViz 3D forensic imaging is going to make autopsy without cutting. The second story is about diabetes. Once the COVID pandemic case goes, the diabetes is going to increase from pregnant to newborn to everyone. And the most important complication like blindness and feet loss due to amputation, we are taking care by our DiaCare, projected 500 million diabetes patients. And the third story is trying to overcome the traditional glass-based pathology slide for any disease from COVID to cancer. We are digitizing using our ViTiViz DigiPath. So these are the three stories. And of course, we have done our COVID care. We just mentioned it. And that's the pain of classical autopsy. From 100 years, the body is being cut and the families undergo sadness. There's an exposure of infection to the forensic staff and all that. And here is our forensic imaging. Body gets scanned without cutting. Everything is visualized into 3D. Analysis can be done, measurement, cause of death, everything can be done. You imagine opening the skull to look at the fracture of the base of the skull. And with ViTiViz, we can imagine, digitize and see everything and look at the same fracture in 3 mouse click rather than half an hour dissection. And this is a snippet of an actual autopsy. It's a true 3D, no animation. You can see the skin level, you can see the muscle level, you can see the operated one, you can see the depth of the eyes. Second story is the diabetes, a large population in the APAC region, absenteeism, loss of productivity, reduced efficiency because there's no data. And blindness, we want to avoid this. Our motto is we want to save the eyes and save the lives. And we already have a beta version running app, a free app for the patients, and then the data with an artificial intelligence for the doctors and the hospital integrated with the medical device and with outreach population. Our ViTiViz is a vendor neutral whole slide imaging that will overcome the traditional glass slide, and analytics can be done and remotely it can be done. And an integration of both macro and micro pathology is being done. That's our unique. Our business model is basically a full facility setup or a software solution, the sale of the devices with the hospital subscription, and also services like the scanning services. We already having revenue for our DigiPath. And COVID, we have been making the workers safe, doing it at factories and others, and that's our customers. And this is the IP one. And thank you very much to all of you. And we want to make the word and all be well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for great pitch. So let's start Q&A session. Guys, any questions or feedback? Alexander?
Do you have competitors for your first product?
For the forensic, there's been one company, not actually commercial, only academic in Switzerland, and one in US and Australia, but they're just doing on an academic basis. They are not productized it. So that way, nobody has put into the forensic because they all think that there may not be a real return on investment.
And do you have revenue today?
The digital pathology, yes, we have revenue. We have a revenue maybe touching, I will tell it in ringgit wise, 500,000 ringgit, which is $100 million plus. The DiaCare is in the beta launch, soon to be launched, because we are trying to add up some nutrition and exercise coaching to ensure that the blood glucose is well controlled. And for the forensic, Malaysia and India, we are doing some piloting project, not yet in the revenue stage.
When you're talking about 500,000, is it for 12 months or 1 month, or what is it?
This is this year, the 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, but our COVID services already had a 1.7 million ringgit. That's around 400,000 US dollar. And on the same COVID care platform, we are building the DiaCare platform in order to interact and have a telemedicine reach to all the patients. That will be now diabetes instead of COVID.
Thank you. So, Oscar?
Yeah, I wanted to understand a couple of things. The first thing is, do you own the IP necessary for all the analysis? And where did you develop that IP? And the second question is the necessary equipment for the different applications that you have. I mean, is that a barrier of entry to be able to deploy the service?
Yeah, the development, the technology is our in-house development by our own developers and our subject matter expert, because I myself is a forensic doctor who has done around 5,000 postmortems in my own hands while teaching in a health university. And we are vendor neutral. Let's say the CT scanner can be GE Healthcare, Siemens, Toshiba, Philips. As long as the data is DICOM, we are able to carry out the analysis, the post-imaging analysis. The same is true with the DiaCare. We only have the app and the analytics, while the glucometer could be belonging to somebody else, Omron, and of course the medicine belongs to the pharma. But we are enabling and connecting the diabetic patients at one end and the doctors and giving them data so that they can manage the patients better and prevent the complications.
Do you integrate in an existing packs, or you have your own packs?
The packs, okay, instead of the packs for the imaging, we have built our own one. The packs belongs to us. The tomographic management system belongs to us, because the living packs doesn't have a date of death, while our forensic case starts with a date of death, because if the person doesn't die, cannot get into our system.
Thank you. Lisa?
Thank you.
Thanks, Elena. Good to meet you. My name is Lisa Salud. I'm the general partner of R3I Ventures. You are sitting right on the doorstep of a local competitor, Naluri, someone who's gained significant market share and penetration across both the insurance and the hospital care ecosystem. How do you see yourself comparing to that provision by Naluri, and where do you see yourself competing in the local markets and beyond?
Lisa, could you open your camera, please?
Oh. Sure, there you go. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. The most of the competitors, the analysis what we have done, they are coming from the hospital side, that they want to give it into the ecosystem and then come down. While we are going bottom up, anyone with a smartphone, the reason we have taken blindness and the feet is a smartphone can take a photograph of the eye and the feet. And with our vision, image analysis algorithm, computer vision, we want to empower the patients to be regularly monitoring, and this data of regularly monitoring would give the early warning and prevent the blindness. And of course the data gets fed into the hospital doctor, while most competitors are coming top down. They're going to the hospitals because they feel that's where the revenue is and coming down, while we are planning to have the app to be given free, and then they charge the hospitals on a subscription model.
And does the telco, Cellcom, or any of the others play a role in your market acquisition?
Yes, they'll be the most criteria, because the smartphone needs a good connectivity, a 5G one. We are trying to talk if we can have partners that they can ensure that a good phone and a connectivity can be provided at a subsidized price to the patients. It's a good one. We are working on it, ma'am.
Sounds like an opportunity for you, Oscar.
Thank you. Let's continue the discussion on chat because time is over. Thank you very much, Dr. Bagali. It was also another winner of the Unicorn Pitches Indonesia. And the next one is the winner of Unicorn Pitches Malaysia, as a startup named MicroLEAP.
Hi there. My name is Tinku Daddy. Let me just share my screen. Hold on.
Hi.
Okay, just get that up and running. Okay, can you guys close that down? Can you guys see that? We'll just present on. Okay, we good to go?
Yeah. Let's start, please.
Okay, hi, good afternoon. My name is Tunku Dani Muzaffar. I'm the founder and CEO of MicroLEAP. MicroLEAP is a Sharia-compliant and conventional P2P financing platform. So what we do is we allow our issuers or borrowers raise business financing through our platform, not from banks, but from our P2P investors or lenders or the crowd. We're also the Unicorn Pitches Malaysia winner. So let me in Johor Bahru. She needs 3,000 USD for a store renovation. It's a 30-year family business. She's making revenue. She recently registered less than 2 years ago, but she did not get a bank loan because she did not meet the bank's 3-year requirements. Now, Machikia is not alone in this. There's an actual USD 20 billion funding gap for SMEs in Malaysia. So what is the solution that we gave Machikia? Basically, it was a simple online application. The requirement for us was only to be 6 months in operation. She received the P2P financing within 2 days. The impact on her business was huge. It was her first ever financing, and she saw increased sales after the store renovation. So how do we plug this financing gap? Well, we have very low customer acquisition costs. We are scalable, and we target the underbanked. Now, you look at how we differentiate ourselves from the others. We're the first in Malaysia to offer Sharia-compliant and conventional P2P financing on the same platform. Our unique value add is that we're the only ones that offer free personal accident insurance. We're also the only all other Islamic costs. Now, on our platform, there are 2 sets of users, the P2P investors or the lenders or the crowd, and they have very low barriers to entry. The issuers or borrowers, we have 2 products for them. One is MicroLEAP for micro enterprises, and the other is MicroLEAP Plus, which we recently launched for SMEs. We also have a new revenue stream where we're using software as a service. We have 2 government agencies, SME Corp and MTDC, and also a bank that uses our platform to originate and disperse loans or financing. Now, if you look at our traction in terms of P2P finance and our SaaS, we've dispersed over 1.9 million USD, which gives us a growth rate of about 43% month-on-month growth. If you drill down to our SaaS, we have just dispersed just under 700,000 USD, but by the end of next year, it'll be up to 5 million USD. Our registered users have grown 25% month-on-month, and P2P investors 22% month-on-month. The size of the market, we want to go to ASEAN. Our TAM is 472 billion ringgit, dollars, sorry, for MSME loans. Be 75 million USD. In terms of future funding plans, we want to raise pre-Series A in the middle of next year. Immediate requirements are more corporate and institutional partners to build track record, and we're looking for strategic partners to go into Indonesia, followed by Philippines, Laos, and Cambodia. This is our team made of ex-bankers, ex-CEO of microfinance institutions, wealth managers, and marketers. That's it for now. I'm open for questions.
Thank
you for a great speech. And our first question from... Yes, please, guys. Sergey.
Thank you. How exactly the process of returning funds, controlling and dealing with those who can't return the borrowed money, because that's the problem with the unbanked, businesses. How you actually deal with these for the businesses that have troubles returning the loan?
I think when a default management process begins with our credit risk checking stage. So we ensure that when we do our credit checking, we have a credit risk algorithm that we use, make sure both traditional methods using a credit bureau, but also use psychometric testing, especially for our microfinance borrowers. So we check that they have enough revenue and profit to at first pay back the financing. So we have to make sure there's a certain debt service ratio that we have to adhere to before we allow, because we want to be responsible lenders. So we make sure at first that they have enough funds. 2, we have a default management process in place where there is first a 7-day grace period, and then there is going to be a 1% penalty on the monthly amount that they owe, which we charge. And then if we do not get any access from them, we do outsource to a debt recovery agent who will send legal letters. And lastly, after 90 days, we do allow our investors or lenders to go legal means.
That's why I asked. I mean, you don't have like physical offices where people come to and do, you can do the KYC. So it's mostly done online, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, everything is done online.
Yeah. So the thing is, I mean, with the, let's say the Pisang Goreng, the fried banana stall, all the stalls that operate, they don't have the official, accounting. A lot of money goes, just.
Yeah, I mean, for us,
cash. I mean, how you can verify that?
Yeah. So for us, under Securities Commission regulator, they do have to be a verified business. So they do have to have set up in Companies House of Malaysia. So we do have information on that. So we do. They are a actual registered business.
Okay, thank you.
Also, just to add, we also have a guarantor in place. So even the Makcik Kia from Johor Bahru, she is her own personal guarantor, and or we will on the microfinancing level, we have that in place. And for the other investment note offerings like invoice financing is on the back of an invoice, and we have other different securities for that, the different investment products.
Great, thank you.
Alexander?
Thank you, Lena. My question is, what part of your business is loans and what part of your business is investments on your platform?
Oh, sorry, repeat that. What was part of your business, the first part, sorry?
Loans and what part are investments? As an example.
Okay.
Do you understand my question?
Yeah, so for us, we're just a platform that connects lenders to borrowers. So what we have now, we have actually more investors or lenders on our platform looking for the correct credit quality in terms of loans. So because we are financing dispersed is dependent on the amount of borrowers that are looking for financing, which is matched by the number of investors or lenders on our platform. So at the moment we have, in terms of P2P, we've dispersed about 5 million ringgit, which is about 1.25 million USD.
1.5 million USD per month, yep?
No, that's the total funding dispersed. But now we now have a new revenue source where we are looking to use as software as a service, where we are getting actually government agencies wanting to use our platform because we have the technological reach to reach out to all these SMEs. So that will grow up to about 5 million ringgit, which is about 20 million ringgit, which is 5 million USD.
Okay, I see. And as I understand, you are saying P2P, but in fact, it's loans for business, yeah, at the end.
Yes, because under regulator, it has to be business financing.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny and the team. Let's move on. Next one is BiiB from Malaysia.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen.
Okay, let's start.
Sure. So a few years ago, Sir Richard Branson tweeted this line: "There is nothing quite like sports to bring people together. So hi everyone, my name is Shiong, co-founder and CEO of BiiB. So BiiB is actually a community platform that create teamwork by transforming individual physical activities into an exciting mass participation team sports. So we know that organizing a mass participation sporting event is hard. It takes as long as 18 months just to launch it. So mass participation events are not made for small groups and they are very individualistic. So therefore, it is super expensive to have small and medium-sized events for the communities. So in BiiB, we have a proven digital solution to change this 100 over years tradition in organizing a mass participation sporting events. So with our solution, you can launch in a day, and we democratize it so that everyone can host for their own teams and communities. So before 2019, we were unsure whether this concept is scalable. But today, we are super confident because we have validated it with the corporates and communities from 3 markets with totally different social demographic for both runners and also non-runners. So what made us where we are today is actually our secret sauce, which is super easy to understand. So we have turned running from an individual physical activity into a team sports for all. So let's compare this. Hey, this month, everyone need to join our new corporate fitness program. Versus this, hey, let's get everyone together as a team to beat the company next door. So do you see the difference? So we believe people are more motivated and more connected as a team as long as they have the common goal. So we bring the best of both worlds from team sports and also mass participation together for you. So up to date, we already generated 600 over $1,000 US in revenue with 73,000 users. So in 2021, we have recorded the highest revenue growth and we are still growing strong. So this is our humble team. We are highly diverse team of 8 with a global mindset. We work together to make sure we deliver great experience for both organizers and participants. Last and not least, we are prepared for the upcoming growth. So we are also double prize winner in the High Sports Innovation Accelerator in Taiwan last year. So if you wish to learn more about us, please contact me via emails or private message me in the chat room. Thank you once again. My name is Shiong from BiiB. I would like to hear your feedback. Thank you.
Thanks, Shiong.
Jahir, your question, please.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I would like to ask you about your business model. Is it from sponsorship that the over 600K that you've made so far?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for asking these questions. So our business model is more like a platform model where we charge event organizers for hosting their challenges on our platforms. On the other side, we also charge participants from joining the challenge. So it depends on the B2B model or B2C model. Yeah.
Are those becoming any blockers for people joining more? Because you said this platform is powerful because it's mass driven, but if there is all those small fees that you need to pay.
Oh yes, so it depends on the objective of the challenge. For example, if this is a mass event, including all the banking industry, every bank send out a team to represent their countries or the company itself, then perhaps the bank will be paying for their participants. So on the other hand, if this is for the communities, the runners will actually pay for themselves, just like how they pay to join the marathon events.
See, thank
Hope
you.
I answer your questions. Yeah.
Okay, Sergey, your question, please.
What's the serviceable, obtainable market for your product? I mean, I'm not familiar with this market, how big it is, and what percentage you assume you will take from this market.
Yeah, so our TAM right now is looking at $283 billion. And our SOM, or the serviceable obtainable market, is 1.4 billion.
That sounds like too big for events, like for sporting events.
Oh yes, this is based on the global mass participations.
Yeah, I mean, for the serviceable obtainable market, it's mostly that market that you can obtain right now.
Yes.
So the market you operate currently in, what size it is?
Oh, currently we are in Malaysia, Taiwan, and Singapore, which is kind of small for us at this moment. So we are looking forward to expand in Southeast Asia. So the targeted serviceable.
Sorry, probably breaked out for me or for everyone. I don't know. Can you repeat it, please?
Sure. The serviceable obtainable market for Southeast Asia plus United States in 2025 is $1.4 billion US.
Okay.
Thank you. Last quick question from Thomas.
Yeah. Okay. So I think given that it's a brick and mortar business that you have, your cost structures also could be quite high. So it'll be interesting to know what kind of margins you have in this business.
Oh, okay. So the margin is actually quite good because it's not so much on brick and mortar. We provide the tech service on that to manage the events and things like that. So basically, it's highly scalable. We can deploy like when we somehow serve the market in Taiwan and Singapore. We're actually back in Malaysia during the COVID season. We can't go anyway. So the margin is somewhere around 40% to 60%, depending the service that we offer and also the region.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Let's continue, Kate. Thank you for great speech.
The next participant is from Thailand, named Block Aero Technologies.
Hi, can everyone see and hear me okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Share your screen and let's start.
Presentation's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Lucas Pinoli. I'm a co-founder and finance director here at Block Aero Technologies. We are the world's first aviation blockchain platform, and our vision is to digitize the entire industry and become the aviation 4.0 standard. Before we get started, I want to give everyone a quick backdrop about aircraft and their assets. So when I talk about assets, I'm talking about engines, landing gear, entire aircraft, or APUs. So these are high value and long life cycle assets. High value, they can be dozens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Long life cycle, they can get up to 40 years old. Now, when I'm a stakeholder in this industry, I'm always asking these questions. Who owned this part before me? Did they manage it properly? Can we establish back to birth traceability? These certificates that are regulatory compliances, can we issue them? Is there anything wrong with them? And then on top of all that, you have these assets that generate thousands of documents and so much data over their lifespan. When you have all these questions without a proper solution, you get this. You get a $74 billion annual loss in productivity just from data every year. Now, you might be wondering, well, why is data causing such a big loss in aerospace? Our research has found that these are the four main points that's causing it. Data is isolated in papered or siloed environments. Data is consistently unverified. Data is inefficiently searched, compiled, and provided. And data is severely undermonetized in this industry. So when you get all of this, the workflows of these companies get choked up and bogged down, and companies stand to lose hundreds of millions, sometimes even billions of dollars. So with that in mind, we created and brought to market the world's first aviation asset lifecycle management platform that's backed by blockchain. Now, in the short run, we can sell our product as a standalone product to a company and their insular needs. The direct value add for this is cost savings. We digitize these assets and we create digital passports that put all the information in like a very easy on-demand push-pull system that's backed by the blockchain. In the longer term, when we get more companies on the network, we can focus on the particular transactions that occur within the industry, inter-org. And we've actually already started doing that. In the past, we've had a few successful POCs with some of the largest companies in the world in the industry, as well as some flagships. We also have a public-private partnership with the United Nations ICAO. They are like the regulatory body that oversees all the regulators. And as of 2 weeks ago, I'm happy to announce that we actually got our first long-term service agreement with a company out of Japan. Our company is being spearheaded and led by our CEO and founder, Mr. Todd Sienna. Prior to starting Block Aero, Todd was running his own consulting company out of Shanghai, China, for the aerospace industry. And our board is comprised of senior aviation, finance, and tech executives. Thank you very much. And let's open this up to Q&A.
Okay, thank you for great speech. And it's time for Q&A and feedback. Yes, please, guys.
Elena, I can start.
Shirley-san, yes, please.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I'm interested to learn more about your traction in the Asia Pacific.
Yeah. So we're a global company, but most of our offices are based in Asia, mainly Bangkok. Most of us are in Bangkok. We've been working a lot with companies around the world, including Asia Pacific. But COVID was pretty rough for a lot of Asian carriers. We did have a big POC that was done in Singapore with Rolls-Royce and Singapore Airlines. And as I just mentioned, Japan is actually going to be our first customer region. So we're here and we know the market here pretty well. And I'm including China in that. Even though it's separate, we really understand China given all of our experience. So yeah, I think that Asia is going to be one of our first big mover regions for sure, and actually also the US. So it's looking pretty good for us right now.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you were muted.
Thank you. Any other questions, guys? Yes, please. Okay.
Can you tell once more why do you use blockchain?
Yeah. So the direct effects of blockchain, the immutability factors are a big ask from our customers, because as it stands, the issue comes with how customers are using their data. When it comes to the technological readiness of aerospace companies, don't be fooled. Engineering wise, we have some of the best standout kind of products that humanity has created, but on a software component, it's quite bad. And so the way that they manage their data is very lackluster. And so what blockchain is able to provide once we digitize this data is, the immutability factor is a huge plus for them. This is something that the industry has asked for actually quite a while, even before blockchain was around.
Okay.
And just so we're clear, our blockchain is Hyperledger Fabric, which was developed by the Linux Foundation and IBM. And we've actually worked with them to help develop some features, and it's purpose built for enterprises, private permission. So it's a really good fit for what we're doing.
Thank you. Jai.
Thank you for your presentation. If this is what industry has been looking for a while, was there no alternative solution, or the airlines own their own solution? I don't see it why there was no service provider.
Well, I think the really simple answer that I can give, that I think any startup can give, is why didn't someone existing already create this, right? And it's because that they're not technology companies, right? That's not their vision or their purpose. On the other, in a more industry specific answer I can give you is that when it comes to the dynamics of the stakeholders, there are companies who have actually tried to do what we're doing. Okay, I won't be specific, but I will tell you that there are some big companies. And we knew that this would happen. First, they don't really have anything on the market like we do, but they've tried to push things. And what happens is that the industry is very careful about the competition. So let's say I'm like a German airline, right? And I create what Block Aero has done. I'm probably not going to have a very big market base because none of my competitors are going to want to use my product. It's a very serious situation right now between all the stakeholders being very careful about power conglomeration towards one company or one subsector of the industry.
Thank you. One more quick question from Mr. Marcus. You're muted. Sorry, we don't hear you.
Sorry, just a very quick question, Mark from T8 here. How complex is the integration for an airline? They tend to be quite cautious with their new software developments.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a traditional industry, and people are quite conservative, and that's been a challenge for us because companies are very keen on what we're doing, from all levels. We've got buy-in from regulators now at this point, which is huge for us. So that was kind of an issue at first in terms of sensitivity, and I think one of our standouts as a company. Unique selling points is that we really understand the industry. So we know exactly what they want to share and what they don't want to share. So we can integrate our product with their existing systems without breaching their trust, and that's kind of like the whole philosophy behind actually using Hyperledger, is that they can actually also choose what they wish to share. data-wise and info-wise. It's a very particular industry, so we're quite aware of that. So it's just, it's just things that we have to navigate with when we're doing the sales process and understanding a particular customer's needs. But it's going well. We've been successful in that so far, given with who we've worked with.
Thank you.
Okay, let's continue, Kate. Kate, you're muted. We don't hear you, Kate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Lucas. Thanks, all judges. Next one is Delta V Robotics from Singapore. Full screen, please.
Hi, I'm Neha from Delta V Robotics. I'm the co-founder of Delta V. So today I'm here to talk about our deep tech platform, which will bring a paradigm shift in satellite mission design and operations through digital twin. Based on our industry experience, we have identified 4 opportunities. Currently, there is a high failure rate in satellite because of engineering design faults. Satellite is a very complex and interconnected system. As of now, there is no off-the-shelf solution which analyzes the interlinking between these subsystems. Satellite lifecycle process has a lot of manual checks and validations which are prone to error and increases the development time and the growing interest in space education. But as of today, there is no tactile way of learning on it. We aim to make the entire satellite lifecycle process agile and cost-effective. We combine the legacy method of modeling with AI to analyze interconnectivity to reduce manual intervention and development time. Our platform, SetPass, can be used during various mission phases, starting from ideation to design to predictive maintenance operation. SetPass is a very easy to use, like any SaaS platform, and you can derive your ROI from every phase of the satellite lifecycle. Our customers are B2B, which are manufacturers, consultants, or operators for small satellite industry or constellations of satellite. We also target edtech industry as this tool provides simulation-based learning. What are the driving forces that will accelerate our growth? Is satellite industry or space industry will be 1 trillion by 2030. More satellites are launched as there is a decrease in launch cost. Increased demand in the usage of satellite for critical operations. Emergence of new countries in space sector. The simulation industry is becoming more and more critical as there is a requirement to reduce product cost and development time, and increased need to provide simulation-based learning. These are some of the value proposition for our customer. Their productivity will increase by 20%, cost reduction by 30%, and faster development time at least by 6 months. No coding is required. It is easy to use. An efficient and fast way to do complex interconnectivity study. Inbuilt, tested, and validated algorithms and models. Simulation-based learning for immersive learning experience. This is our revenue model. We are starting with a community edition to increase our user base and brand awareness. For students and startups, they can use pay-per-use model, and for enterprise, there is transactional model. We have done a feature-based comparison with some of our peers in the industry, and we are the first and the only one to provide cloud-based simulation with no coding AI-enabled platform. Our strong team comprises of founders and mentors who have decades of experience and expertise in space, computing, and business fields. These are some of the tractions that we have achieved. We have already launched our product and is distributed to countries like India, Singapore, and to a variety of users. We have also presented a paper in California Polytechnic University, which was appreciated as this will bring a change in digital engineering in space. We have partnered with SSTL and Planet Aerospace, who are a group from ex-ISRO scientists. Thank you. If we are open for the questions.
Okay, first question from Mr. Ahmed.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. Could you please give us information about your traction and revenue model?
Okay, so our traction is we have just launched the product and we wanted to start with the community edition. This is a very niche industry. So as of now, our target is to start with the community base, and from next year, we will start to commercialize it to increase the revenue. We have distributed the license because this kind of product requires some kind of market research and also user feedback. So we have given it to scientists, to researchers, and to consultants to check their point of view, and we have got a very positive feedback. Regarding revenue model, as of now, any software that is available in this industry are very expensive because they are designed for only big space companies. They are not designed for startups or small satellites. So they are, our revenue model is very sustainable. They can use pay-per-use model because we are cloud-based. And for enterprise who are very conservative or traditional, they can also go for a transaction-based model.
Thank you. Any other questions? Dear judges, do not be greedy on your questions because we have only one startup left. Okay, you can ask something on chat if you...
Yeah, sorry, I had some audio problems, so I missed part of the conversation. But can you explain a bit more on the market sizing of the opportunity? I'll be very curious to understand exactly more details about your customers and how their customers are going to be using it and the overall size of the opportunity.
The market sizing is divided into two. So for our SAM, the market sizing will be for only for simulation industry, it's approximately $4 million. And I'm talking only about space satellites. Our customers are also very specific. They will be like satellite manufacturers, designers, consultants, and operator who operates the mission, and they do some kind of missions. Because for satellite, the life cycle minimum is 3 years, 1 year in development and 2 years after launch for small satellite, if we all are lucky enough. Regarding the other industry that we are targeting is EdTech. EdTech is huge in this space because a lot of government agencies want to increase the space education, as this is a very niche portion. So that is approximately around $50 billion industry in itself. But our target sizing will be, we will be focusing on Asia. So it will be approximately around 1.5 billion to 2 billion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sergey?
Yeah, do you already have any satellites launched that are using your platform, or been using your services?
No, there are no satellites launched that we are using our product, but we have worked on a satellite with the similar kind of a product because we are all space engineers, and that is already in space and the algorithms are validated and tested. As of now, we are working with Indian space organizations who are testing our product so that they can give the feedback based on the satellites data they receive.
Okay, so it's currently like a proof of concept state, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Happy to hear some female founders today with us. Great pitch. And we have the last but not least startup for today named Cognius.ai from Singapore. Sanjay.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Hi.
Okay. Give me a minute. I just shared my... You're able to see the presentation?
Yep.
Okay, let me start. Thank you, Lena and Kate and the entire Startup Network team for this opportunity to present Cognius. I am Vijay. I am the CEO and co-founder of Cognius.ai. We are based in Singapore. We are a deep tech SaaS startup focusing on conversational AI technologies. We have a patented platform for conversational modeling, which we have implemented. It does complex conversation handling. Most importantly, it has a natural language understanding and natural language generation capability, which allows faster conversational automation with higher accuracy. We have a proven MVP. We have 200K of revenues in 2021 and $2 million of contracts under negotiation. Our gross margins are in excess of 75%. most organizations today are having a struggle to adopt AI. We are making it simple and easy. Our Sophia platform takes just about 1 to 2 weeks to implement. The design is easy, it does not require special talent. I will now give you a couple of very interesting customer cases. One is Lehigh University in Pennsylvania, which has been able to generate $2.7 million of student enrollment fees using our Sophia AI platform, which costed them only $50,000 per year. Another example is the insurance company, which has been able to reduce the spend on contact center by over 50%. They saved an annualized figure of $3 million by adopting our Sophia AI platform. When we designed our Sophia platform, a couple of things were on our mind. One is ease of use for the user and scalability for the developer. So we accomplished that. The system we have today is an advanced natural language generation platform, which is probably the first that is available from anyone in the world. And we are going towards NLU, next generation natural language understanding platform, which will be able to figure out what the user is saying in long sentences, complex queries. It will be able to figure it out. But the most exciting thing is the entire AI field is moving towards inference capability. We are building an inference capable NLG platform in partnership with the AI lab of NTU, that is in Singapore. And this is the IP which will come out of this platform will belong to Cognius, and that we plan to launch second half of 2022. This is a very important project for us for the future. On the business traction, our most important market is US. We are focused on that market. We have a strong sales pipeline. We have a senior sales professional focused on that market. The other countries, we adopt a dual-pronged strategy. We have boots on the ground. We are also going through partners who specialize in industry verticals. The way we identify a specific industry vertical is whether that vertical requires a platform like Sophia and whether the customer is able to get a big return on his investment. That is the way we have determined how to take forward in the marketplace. We have several partners around the world. We are building that partners and sales pipeline as we speak. I would like to thank the Startup Network and the jury for the opportunity to present here. I will be welcoming your questions now.
Thank you for great pitch. So, Mr. Gaurav, your question, please.
Hi, Vijay. Thanks for presenting. Vijay, couple of questions, right? Inference capable AI certainly is the way to future. What does inference capable AI add to your existing customers, right? Whether it is Lehigh University, insurance companies, say they have a Sophia platform that is already reaping them results. How is inference capable AI going to deliver them additional results, and which aspects?
Yeah, so this is Gaurav, this is a new thing we are doing, new platform we are building, but it actually is able to provide a response based on very little available data. So if you are operating with paucity of data, where you don't really have financial information, for example, the platform will be able to provide a reasonable response with what it can do, right? So if we go back to a university customer, the university customer wants to figure out what kind of student will be successful in a particular program. So our Sophia platform with inference capability will be able to do such kind of projects where the data is less, the context is less, but you are able to determine somebody's possible success or progress. So the market is yet to be assessed, but I can imagine insurance companies and financial services which are dealing with fraud, which have to make an assessment of a customer, that there will be a humongous market potential with inference capable AI platform.
So Vijay, follow up to that, right? Unifor, which is funded by John Chambers and IBM Watson. IBM Watson is very active with the conversational AI and the chatbot platforms to increase the lead gen, right? How are you guys placed with these two big boys that reasonably have deeper pockets, deeper access to technology and other resources?
Yeah, so Gaurav, okay, we should be worried, but I can tell you that both of them do not have what we have. We have a unique combination of NLU and NLG, which makes the automation very fast. It cuts the time for implementation by over 50%. It does not require special talent. If you are going for Unifor, let me tell you, they don't have natural language generation. They don't have non-linear capability. Non-linear capability is very important when the conversation can be taken by sideways by the user, right? So they do not have all this. I'm not saying they cannot build it, but I'm saying that we are out of the door and we are perfecting our platform. In the case of IBM Watson, which is a conglomeration of number of products, I'm just taking the conversational product of IBM Watson. They are only having NLU, natural language understanding. They have to actually do lot of hard coding of the responses, which is very tedious. In our case, you do not have to do hard coding, right? It actually automatically generates. That is why IBM Watson does not also have NLG nonlinearity, and both Unifor and IBM Watson do not have the inference capability.
Last question, last question, since there is another judge coming up with a query. You mentioned this platform can be expanded to 30 languages, but your core target sectors are US, Australia, Singapore, India, which are also English-speaking nations, right? What is the strategy for multilingual expansion?
Yeah, so we have Hindi for India. It's already available on our platform. Now we are building the Bahasa language, which is required for Southeast Asia, apart from English. We are building the Afrikaans language because we are present in South Africa. We are going to build Mandarin because we are again in the heart of Southeast Asia. And for the American market, we will also have Spanish, which will also be useful when we get into Europe at a later stage.
That helps. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you. Next question from Thomas.
Yeah, thanks, Vijay. So, personally, I've done a lot of work in the conversational AI space, and what I've seen is that this is now a red ocean. There are lots of competitors, and the way people are being successful here are doing two things. One is specializing in specific verticals by building products for those verticals. Number one, and number two, there's a new concept called a managed service platform which has come up, right? Which is that you offer a host of consulting services around the technology, because a DIY model in large implementations are sort of not really successful. So how do you really, I know you spoke about inference and that is quite interesting, but given the fact that there's so much of change happening here and it's becoming a red ocean, how will you continuously innovate?
Yeah, so one is about, we are a horizontal platform. We are not going to build a verticalized offering for every industry, because we want to stay true to our deep tech mission, which is to continuously innovate on the core technology of conversational AI. That this will keep growing, right? So we are having an horizontal platform which can be given to any partner or any customer. We are going to launch a platform as a service model in the next 3 or 4 months, which will allow developers to adopt our platform. That is first part of the good. The second part is, you talked about the consulting services. We are not going to get into services. We will stay again true to our product heritage. We are going to focus very much on how to build the next generation and the next generation of the AI. I know that, and you know that there is OpenAI, GPT-3, and everybody is coming. There is a lot of competition with what we are seeing, but what our platform can do today, I can clearly tell you no other platform will be able to do. This is a statement of fact. I can prove this to you. This is a statement of fact. So our platform you can actually confuse our system by talking all kinds of things and take it on a journey. But I can tell you it will come back to where you started, right? You can actually go back and change your answer for question number 2, right? And then you can do a lot of things in our platform. We have gone through the top 10 players very seriously, right? We have not seen some of these capabilities in those platforms. I am not saying they will not come out. They are looking at us, right? So we will definitely have more competition as we go along, but we are committed to the product commitment, heritage, very focused on the horizontal mission. Because we are building on the innovation factor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay.
And it was the last question because we need to close our pitch session. Dear judges, put your last marks.
Okay, good. Great to hear that we are done with the pitches. Startups, you can exhale. You have done it all and done it really great. Judges, now it's your turn. In a little less than a minute, we'll be closing the votes and we'll talk a little bit to our official judges after that to know who were their favorites and why, who did they put the highest marks, and hear some feedback. So official judges, get prepared, look through your votes to tell me more insights. By that time, all our votes will be closed, so you will not influence somebody else's vote, but it is really essential for the startups to hear what you have to say. Okay, so it's 10 seconds to finish your voting. You can change your marks if you would like to. I hope you already know who the winner is because I'm really confused. So many great startups today. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Girls, please close the votes. And we will talk to our official judges. Starting with our official judge representing Taiwan, Volker Heistermann. He's VP of Innovation Urban Mobility at Mosaic Venture Lab. Hi, Volker. I know you had some important meeting also going simultaneously with our unicorn battle, but you had been with us and have heard some exciting pitches. Who did you pick as your favorite? Volker? He doesn't hear me. Okay. Let's go then with Oscar. Oscar, now startups from China today. Who did you like and why?
Well, there were quite a few startups that I thought were quite interesting, but I think Lisa kind of like a spot because I have a particular interest in healthcare related startups. So although there were quite a few that I think they were quite interesting, and I already messaged some of the founders to potentially explore conversations. I think that one of the companies that I found, although the presentation was a bit shocking, I think for everybody, with all the pictures, that area for me is I think there's interesting potential. Actually happens to be my PhD dissertation area, which is medical image. So that's something that I'm curious to understand more about what they're doing. I believe there's a lot of potential in some of the areas that they mentioned, and I, based on my experience working and investing across Asia in emerging markets, we've seen that there's a lot of solutions that take the need for a twist to localize can make a big difference. I have more, to be honest, I have more questions than answers, but definitely it would be one of the startups that I think have potential to do something meaningful, and I would like to definitely see them taking what they're building to other parts of the world.
Wonderful. Thank you, Oscar, so much for your feedback. Sergey, from Singapore point of view, did you find any exciting solutions today, any great innovations, and who were your favorites? You're muted. Please unmute yourself. You're still muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there was a great lineup of startups. My favorites were, for example, Aero Technologies. Well, actually, I see the problem very specifically defined. I mean, it's a really industry that needs disrupting. There is a huge opportunities for revenues, although I mean there are a lot of challenges there as well. For example, I liked Upflowy, but when they explained more about that, this is not just A/B testing for sign-up forms, but way more. There is a big opportunities lying there. I liked Cognius.ai, although there are lots of problems in terms of actually selling the product. There are questions about whether or not this technology is really that groundbreaking. But I see with them, I mean, a very strong scientific background, but there might be very serious problems with actually selling the product. So that's why, I mean, with every startup I've seen, the wasn't that sure. For example, well, I liked the concept of BiiB. I mean, the like open running communities, but on the other hand, the market is really small. So I think there's got to be a lot of questions with that. Or, for example, MicroLEAP. I mean, it's a good, solid business model, very workable. But on the other hand, it's not very much innovative. So it's a typical microfinancing that, yes, complies with Islamic laws and make it suitable for Malaysian and Indonesian markets. But again, there is not much innovation there. Or a Wisible Thailand-based startup that is, actually the CRM problems in such countries as Thailand or Malaysia very high. I mean, there are a lot of companies that use outdated CRMs, and Salesforce as other companies don't use very well localized CRMs that use, you know, for example, Thai language, but they really lack, for example, you know, the unique approach that will help them grow outside of Thailand. They can definitely find the clients inside the country, but the country is not enough big for the technology. And as far as I know, you know, the Southeast Asian market, companies from Malaysia or Indonesia are very reluctant, for example, to use Thai tech. I mean, they're very, you know, country specific, and they prefer to use either international technologies or technologies from their own country. So
okay, thank you, Sergey. And John, what about your vision? Who will win today?
You know, personally, I love to use STAYFOLIO to stay nice hotel, you know, for the vacation. And I was very happy to see.
We all love to, you know.
Yeah, we should do use their service to meet up again somewhere else for Unicorn Battle. And I was very happy to see Block Aero already coming to Japan market.
Okay.
You know, so when the door is open in Japan, you know, I'm sure he will do very well. And I'm also interested in Delta V Robotics and Cognius.ai, because working with deep tech venture capital. And also, yeah, so today is actually most difficult to choose
really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's getting very interesting. Thank you, John, very much. Jake, how is Australia doing? Did you pick any great innovations to proceed? And who did you put the highest marks today? You're muted. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. Still haven't gotten used to Zoom. No, I was saying a lot of fantastic presenters. You know, I've probably joined maybe 10 of these over the last 18 months and, you know, one of the strongest cohorts by far. So kudos to all the presenters and the opportunities there. For me, echoing some of the sentiments said before, Block Aero really stood out for me. From my earlier introduction to Investable, you know, owning one's niche is important, and to have such a clearly defined problem statement and target market, and to already have some of the POCs in place with Eddie Had and the like, I think is very significant. And clearly the provenance and information flow throughs of blockchain can apply and add, you know, day one value through a turnkey solution, like in the aerospace technology sector. So I thought that one really stood out. For me, the other one was MicroLEAP. You know, fintech is somewhat my bread and butter, and I think the issue for them will be going from a good, solid business to a venture scale business. I mean, assuming you have the right credit risk assessment frameworks and the like, I have no doubt that because of the need for a product like this, particularly since you're Sharia compliant, you will get some market share organically. But how do you step that up from just that to, as I said, a venture scale business without suffering on delinquencies and other matters? So I think if you can structure it correctly, it could be a very interesting venture value proposition. But if not, it could be a very solid and strong business and independently, which I think is fantastic.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jake, so much. Alexander, please summarize it all for us. And did you pick any deals for our venture fund today?
Thank you, Anna. Yes, it was a lot really the startup that I like, but as usual, the judges have to choose best one. It's not easy. It's sometimes even not so easy, but yes, I will tell you my opinion today. So I like today Upflow. I liked Abuzz or Abuzz, or okay, so sorry for pronunciation.
Abuzz.
Okay, I really did not see yet the startups which try to solve the problems in autopsy. So probably it's my first case.
Is it health tech also? Considered health tech?
Yes.
Okay.
I liked BiiB because I like the traction that they have. But the best marks today I put to 3 startups: Block Aero, Delta V, and Cognius.ai. It's maybe a more earlier stage startup than other guys that I like, but they're really innovative, and some topics are really hot today, like space. And I agree that a lot of money will be probably in the next 10 years in this industry, because everybody wanna fly in the space today. Every billionaire, I mean. Okay, just a joke. But yeah, I agree with this. So yes. And
okay.
3 startups with best marks.
Thank you, Alexander, so much. Girls, are we ready to announce who the winner is?
Sure, Anna, and I totally agree that today was really a hard fight between our participants, but nevertheless, we already have the winners and we are ready to announce them.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, looking forward to that. It will be published at our event page. Everything is official. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so 3rd place today goes to Delta Robotics.
Yoo-hoo.
Applause, please, guys.
Congratulations.
Yes. Second place goes to Cognius.ai.
Wonderful, congratulations.
And the winners today's battle is Block Aero Technologies.
Wow.
Wow.
Alexander, you are right as usual.
Yeah, my guess is all right.
Yeah, you are good. Congratulations, Block Aero, get ready. Unicorn Cup Finals is coming your way. You will be presenting a pack region.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful. What about our other judges? What do you think? Do you agree with the results?
Is the company that has a CEO based in Shanghai, you know, like me. So that's the China presence.
How more China can it get, right? Oh, wonderful.
Anna, this is Gary. No, Block Aero's very interesting. I love Cognius, of course, because my background's artificial intelligence, and of course Delta. But I must say that every time that you have these unicorn battles, the level of and quality of the startups goes up every single time, and I'm, pleasantly encouraged. So it's exciting to me, and companies that are out there, if you're into artificial intelligence, that's our sweet spot. Reach out because you have incredible talent.
Thank you. Thank you, Gary, so much. And let me remind you that time is running out and we will be having only 2 unicorn battles left. We will be going to North America to explore what startups are there, who is the most successful one to present the region at our Unicorn Cup finals. It will be next Thursday, and Thursday after that will be UK and Europe. And that is it. Then only Unicorn Cup left. So please join us for the upcoming events. It was a great battle. Thank you, startups. Thank you, judges. I will see you all online. See you next time.
See you.
Lucas, congrats.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Congrats.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.